If you've been feeling off, and this could be in the past years, this could be the past months, or even just the past couple of weeks, I want you to watch this. And the reason is because I wish that I would have had this guidance, and I did receive some of this guidance in ways whenever I was feeling these things, and that I wish that someone would have made a video like this I could have followed in order to understand what's going on and understand that it's not just me. So in order to get into it, number one, feeling off. Now, what I mean by feeling off is obviously there could be a variety of reasons why you may feel off, why you may feel sick, why you may feel low in energy, things like that. But I want to offer my understanding and what I've come to understand about myself and my own journey so that maybe it helps some of you feel understood and heard and maybe not feel so crazy. So when I say feel off, it could be a wide variety of things. It could be that you're no longer interested in the things you used to be interested in. It could be that you're not maybe as social as you used to be, or maybe you've gone the opposite direction. Maybe you've gone from super introverted to being like super social, right? Any changes like that. It could also be time, your perception of time. It could feel like in a day or in a week or in a month or even a year, that time is flying by and going super fast. It could also feel erratic, like certain days fly by or certain weeks fly by, and then another day is like super slow. It feels like you're almost outside of time, like time doesn't exist. It could be feeling super lethargic, unmotivated, right? You could be feeling very tired, even though you're getting tons of sleep, even though you're taking naps, even though you're taking tons of time to yourself and time off. You could still be feeling lethargic, tired, off, right? Maybe you feel mentally drained. Maybe your emotions are either numbed or they're super high, right? This is what I'm saying by feeling off. It's just all, and it could be a combination of these things. I know I've experienced a combination of these things, especially over the past couple of years, and I understand the whole process now, coming out the other side of it, so to speak, and I'm still not even fully on the other side of it, but just having the experience, understanding it more, coming to the realizations I've come to, and so that's why I'm here to try and help you. So feeling off, first of all, if you realize you're feeling off, there's bigger reasons for why this is happening, all right? And I'm gonna try to explain in this video as best as I can and break it down and simplify it as best as I can. There's so much to this, and if you really wanna understand more, just keep watching my videos. Keep watching my videos. I'm gonna keep explaining as the insights come to me, as I make the connections and realize how I wanna speak to you guys and make these connections and try and help other people understand, I'll make more and more videos. So the first thing though, realize that feeling off, you're not crazy. You are not crazy, you are not the only one, and realize that it's likely not just you. It's likely not, of course, there may be some instances where someone is just sick, or someone is just battling some lower feelings in mood, right? Or someone's just in a rough period of their life, transitions, whatever. All those things happen, right? But I'm talking about on a bigger scale, there's something going on. There is a transition happening. There are shifts happening in humanity on a larger, almost spiritual scale, if you want to call it that are way bigger than any one individual of us. And these things impact us and affect us in way greater ways than we realize, whether we realize it or not. So feeling off. First off, just realize that you're not crazy. Realize you're not the only one, that there are many people that felt off. I've been feeling off for years. I still feel off at times, even though I've come to understanding that I have. Again, these things are much bigger than we are. Number two, what I think a big reason in what's going on right now is our awareness is rising, right? Again, these are bigger forces that we cannot fully understand as individual humans in such a short span of our like physical vessel lives. That's very short in comparison to like the universe or the entire world or all of humanity, even our history. We're talking about very small scales in terms of very big scales, right? The contrast there. But our awareness is rising. That's what's going on right now. Just like I think some people would say the world is just getting worse, right? Like look at how crazy the world is. Look at all the madness. Look at all the things going on. And I understand to a degree, and there are some really nasty, bad things going on in the world. But just like in our personal lives, we cannot address what is going on with us and fix our relationships, fix our unhealthy addictions, fix our maybe addictions to drugs, maybe fix our addictions to sex or porn, fix our negative relationships with parents or friends or our partners, right? Address our relationship with ourselves, that maybe we don't love ourselves enough. Maybe we have a really poor connection with our inner selves. We cannot address these things if we're not aware, right? A lot of it comes from lack of awareness. I feel like if you're a pretty deep, intuitive, like thoughtful person and you sit and analyze things, you'll come to this understanding, whether you've come to it or not, or you will at some point in the future. This is what I've come to, is that my issues in relationships and things like that, a lot of it came from a lack of awareness. Both in other people, also of myself to some degree, even though I feel like I'm decently aware and pretty aware compared to most people. But this is what's happening on the world scale, the country scale, right? Is that all these nasty things we're hearing about, all these wars, all these things like Epstein and things like that, things that are being done to children, right? All this corruption and things like that. These things are coming out and we feel like things are worse than ever, but really it's our awareness is rising. That's really the biggest part of it. Not to undermine these things or act like these aren't horrible. These types of things though have been in humanity, right? They have been a part of our history for a long time. We are just becoming much, much more aware than we've ever been. And so that is going to feel heavy on us, right? It's just like in your personal life, when you've had failed relationship after failed relationship, and then you start doing the work. You really start doing the work on yourself. You really start sitting with yourself and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to blame this other partner. I'm not going to blame this other person. You know what? I've been through how many relationships and they've all kind of failed in a similar way. Maybe it's me. Maybe it is something to do with me that I need to take a look at. And when you actually start sitting with that, it will feel like fire at times, right? That awareness, your awareness rising of yourself, it's going to hurt. It's going to be really painful at first. It's not going to be fun. Why? Because you are ripping out and you are unveiling, right? All of these patterns that from childhood, right? These years of pain, these years of suffering, these years of patterns, these things you were unconscious of before, and now you're slowly becoming aware of them. And that is hard to swallow, right? That is difficult to sit with, right? That raise in awareness is not just sunshine and rainbows and fun. Is it good ultimately, right? That can be debated. Someone can debate it, but like, is there good that can come from it? Absolutely, right? The more aware you are, the more you have more of a conscious choice. Hey, I don't want this pattern from my childhood where I didn't feel loved to like keep repeating in my relationships, right? But your awareness initially raising, that can affect you and make you feel off. That can make you feel crazy. That can make you feel low energy. It can tire you out. It's exhausting. Like, it is work, right? It is a process that you go through individually, and that's the process we are going through on a collective. So things may be seeming to get worse and worse and worse, but really awareness is the first step, right? You have to become aware of something in order to even have a chance at addressing it and making it better. That's true in our personal lives. That's true on the global scale. And the last thing, this is what I believe is happening from my understanding of reconnecting, remembering, right? I've forgotten. I woke up in my life. I remembered who I am, what I am, God consciousness, right? That we are all one, that we are all this God consciousness, that we incarnate into this world and we forget that in order to be immersed in this and be immersed in this life as we are. And people have asked me, like in a previous video, why then? Why would this be the case? If we wanted to forget and we came here as human beings to forget that we are God consciousness and to be immersed as an individual, ego-driven like individual, why would we be remembering, right? And this is what I believe is occurring right now. And these prophets have spoken about this. These people, like Buddha, Christ, any sort of like prophet that you think, a lot of prophets have spoken about how they will return. Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, right? Like it will return to earth, right? The returning, the second coming of Jesus, right? Second coming of Buddha, all these types of things. So Buddha, Christ, God consciousness, it doesn't matter the names you give it, guys. It's just God, source, oneness, returning. This consciousness, in my opinion, is beginning to return. Now the why. Why would it be beginning to return? In my opinion, it is a deeper wisdom, right? This is a reality that envelops our limited human sense reality, right? We are so limited in our senses, in our reality. There's a wider reality of this God consciousness, this actual deeper reality that is underneath, that has a deeper wisdom. This God consciousness, this Buddha consciousness, this Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, this God source wisdom, it understands, right? It has this knowing. And so this manifests in our physical world by people beginning to wake up and understand, because it's almost a mechanism, a safety mechanism, right? A safety net. Because this deeper wisdom and knowing knows where we're at in history, and it knows our capability for destruction. It knows our capacity to be able to completely wipe ourselves off the planet and to kill so much life and maybe even destroy the entire planet. Maybe not kill life off entirely, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we've already been destroying life at mass scales and mass rates that have probably never been seen before in the world, at least to our understanding and knowing. And we have the capacity to wipe ourselves out in the blink of an eye like that. Like we could probably wipe out most of humanity, 80-90% with the weapons, nuclear weapons, war. If a major war broke out like that and weapons were used to that scale and degree, we could probably see 90% of humanity wiped out in a matter of weeks. Now that is insane. That is insane to think that billions upon billions upon billions of people could just vanish from the earth like that and that life could be gone. So, and not life completely gone, but I'm saying human life mostly gone and a lot of other life destroyed as well in the process. And so this deeper wisdom, this deeper knowing, this God consciousness that knows at a deeper level, it is creating a safety net to try and prevent that.